Namaste Gurave Nityam Sahajanandarubine Yasya Vagamrutam Handi Visham Samsanyagam. My humble pranams at Amma's Lotus Feet. My salutations to all of you. Since today's topic is Ramayana's characters, let me start with a few slokas in praise of Ramayana, the author of Ramayana, and some of the characters of Ramayana. Maybe one or two. So, first of all, let me pay my tribute to the great sage Valmiki, who wrote the first Ramayana. Kojandam Rama Ramedi Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavida Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam Kavindram Naumi Valmiki Yasya Ramayanim Katham Chandrigamiva Chinvanti Chagora Iva Sadhava Valmikirgau Puniyanna Mahidhara Padastraya Yaddugdhamupajivandi Kavayastarnaga Iva Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sidaya Pataye Namah Yatra Yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakhanjalim Bashpavari Paripurnalojanam Marudim Namadarakshasandagam. So I am really delighted to be here to say something about Ramayana. Actually, I feel thankful to Shivanandan for suggesting this topic. Ramayana, the more we delve into Ramayana, the more it will become attractive. It will become delicious. That is why it is said about Valmiki. Yah piban satatam Ramacharitaamṛta sagaram adruptastam munim vande Br.Achyutāmṛta. Valmiki is a person who always drinks the nectar of Ramayana. Sadatam Ramaya Yah piban sadatam Ramacharitaamṛta sagaram. It is an Amrita Sagara, an ocean of nectar. And Valmiki continuously drinks that from that ocean of nectar. Adruptastam, still he is not satiated. He is not, what do you say, he doesn't feel enough. To that Prachedasa, the son of Prachedas, I bow down. So it is the beauty of Ramayana. It is a feast in which numerous dishes are served. And we all know about Ramayana. I don't have to tell what Ramayana's story is. Storyline we all know. But today I would like to bring or I would like to discuss or reflect on some of the characters which are relevant in a different way. Why I say in a different way? Because we all know Amma's main advice or main observation about Ramayana is Ramayana should be studied to become Rama. So Rama, we all know, it is the ideal of Ramayana, and we have to strive to get to that ideal. That we all know because Amma has always stressed this point. Then there is another famous poetics expert who is a Alankarika, one who dissects poetry. His name is Br.Achyutāmṛta. He lived maybe some 1000 years back. So he also has put the essence of Ramayana, the message of Ramayana in a phrase, Ramadivat Vartitavyam Nadu Ravanadivat. This is the essence of Ramayana. We have to conduct ourselves like Rama and his team. Ramadivat Vartitavyam. Nadu Ravanadivat. Not like Ravana and his team. So these are very, very commonly accepted things. And Ramayana, Amma always says that Ramayana, Mahabharata, all these texts, all these scriptures are relevant even now. There is no doubt about it. So if we think that they are outdated and we ignore them, we only lose. The Ramayana and Mahabharata will never lose anything. Vyasa and Valmiki will never lose anything. But we have to be very discriminate, very discerning while we approach Ramayana and Mahabharata. It is not to tread the path of superstition or any unscientific way of thinking. Not for that we have to follow Ramayana and Mahabharata. There is a famous saying in Hindi, Lakir ka fakir. That means one who always follows the ancient path or the traditional path without any thought on it, whether it is right or wrong. That type of an approach is not prescribed by any master. Every master gives new light or gives new insights how to approach these traditional wisdom. Even Kalidasa 2000 years back have pointed out Purana Mityevana Sadhu Sarvam. Because it is Purana, it need not be right. Even Kalidasa has mentioned like that. So at the time of Kalidasa, there might have been many Puranas. And he wrote Shagundala in a different way from Mahabharata. But Shagundala became very popular, even more popular than the story of Shagundala in Mahabharata. So we have to approach these texts according to the times. So we have to study Ramayana, we have to study Mahabharata, and find the things that are relevant to us in this age, in our contemporary age. So I would like to present something in which we can find something relevant in Ramayana. So first thing, we all know Rama is the ideal of Valmiki. There is a beautiful book which was originally written in Malayalam, Adigavide Adarsha Purushan, and which was translated into English as Rama, the ideal of Valmiki. So we all can keep Rama as the ideal we have to follow. Then there is Sita, who is also an ideal. Dasharatha, no doubt an ideal. Maybe the degree of their perfection we will be a little less when each are compared with one another. So Dasharatha had a little partiality or more affection to Kaikeyi. That was a small black mark in his character. Then Kausalya, she is also an ideal. Sumitra, we all know, who is a embodiment of sacrifice, service. And then there is Kaikeyi, who is a blot in the family of Dasharatha. So about the Vishwamitra is there, Vasishta is there, then Sita is there, Janaka is there. All these things we know because it is in the Balaganda. We are all more familiar with the Balaganda. Now I would like to start the presentation, today's presentation or today's this discourse from the point where Rama enters into the forest. So when he enters into the forest, the first person that he meets, we all know, is Guha. As Shivananda has mentioned, there will be an activity later. As Amma has also mentioned, we have to become Rama, or we can sport us in some of these characters. I have something common with this character. I have something common with this character. These are not advisable. These are not really good for me. So if these are in me, these qualities are in me, I have to try to get rid of them. So these are very, very good to be followed. So I can imbibe these qualities of these characters. Such points can be brought out from these characters. So what is the speciality of Guha? You know, he is the king of fishermen, Nishada Raja. And when Rama comes to his kingdom, the first destination into the forest, the first place where they get down, or they get down from the chariot, and Guha knows that Rama has come to his kingdom. So Guha runs to him and offers him fishes. You please take this for your dinner today. And Rama was very happy. He actually embraces Guha. In those times of this untouchability and all those things. But in Ramayana, you won't see much untouchability. It is a fact. Rama embraces Guha. But he says, I cannot take this because I have taken a vow of Municharya. So I will take food only from rishis, hermitages, not king, palace. You are a palace dweller. You are a king. Your food I cannot take. But you can do one help to me. You bring some sap of some trees so that I can make my hair matted. Because I have to live 14 years in the forest. So this maintaining the hair will be very difficult. So I would like to make it matted. And I will come back in after 14 years and then I will unlock this matted hair. So for that you give me a help. You bring sap of trees so that I can make my hair a jada. So Guha renders that service, and Guha offers that I will come with you for 14 years in the forest. Then Rama says, no. First Guha offers his kingdom to Rama. You live here in my kingdom. But he says, no, you only rule your kingdom as my kingdom. I have accepted your gift and I am deputing you as the king. You rule in my name. For me, you rule. And you will see in Kamba Ramayana, I mainly follow Valmiki's Ramayana. At times I will, maybe my references are from Tulsidasa's Ramayana or even Etachan's Adhyatma Ramayana. But I am not giving the references. These are famous stories. Ramayana is manifold. There is a famous saying, Charidam Rakhunathasya Shatagodi Pravistaram. It is Shatagodi Pravistaram. There are many versions. But we can depend mainly Valmiki's Ramayana. Then there is Sanskrit Adhyatma Ramayana. Then Tulsidasa's Ramayana is also very much accepted. Then in Kerala, Tunjatirtha's Ramayana is very much accepted. And in Tamil, Kamban's Ramayana is very much accepted. So in Kamba Ramayana, after the 14 years of exile, Rama comes back and all meet together, Bharata, Shatrughna, Rama, Lakshmana. And I think it is Bharata who says, now we are 5 siblings. Our 5th brother is Guha. Think, Guha is a Nishada, but he is accepted as one of the brothers or one of the sons of Dasharatha. They have that kind of a fraternity in between them. But in Etachan's Ramayana and the Sanskrit Adhyatma Ramayana, it is not Guha who is the 5th brother, it is Sugriva who is the 5th brother. So this Guha's innocent offering, that is what we have to learn here. We can see in Amma's presence, people come and give many, many things to Amma, which are from our point of view very, very meager. We may not think that it is very, very valuable. Amma often gives an example of a very, very elderly lady who comes from Kannur. She comes once only in a year. And she saves a lot of maybe paise in those days, in 1980s. And she accumulates that money and comes to Amma with that money and gives a very small amount to Amma as an offering. And Amma values it very much because it is the love behind that which makes anything valuable. So this message is there in Guha's offering. Then Guha takes Rama across Ganges. And after that, they first meet, there they meet Bharadwaja. In Bharadwaja's ashram, they stay for a day. Then from there, they go to Valmiki's ashrama. Then Valmiki indicates them to settle down in Chitrakuta. And in Chitrakuta, Bharata comes and offers the kingdom back to Rama, but Rama doesn't receive it. He sends Bharata back with his sandals. And then they think, Rama, Lakshmana and Sita discusses with each other that if we stay here for long, many people will start coming from Ayodhya to visit us. So we have to go to the dense forest. Then they travel. And it is said that they stayed with mainly with Atri. Atri is ashrama's locality. And Atri and her wife Anasuya. Anasuya was very, very loving to Sita. And then they wandered at many places in the dense forest. And in the end, they go to Agastya's ashram. There Agastya says, you go to Panchavadi. In between 10 years were over. They didn't even know that 10 years have elapsed. So intense was their tapas in the forest that they even forgot to count the days, years, months. So 10 years passed. And in the last, the story of the last 4 years is actually the whole story of Ramayana. The main dramatic events are in the last 4 years of the Vanavasa. So they settles down in Godavari's banks at Panchavadi. And there they were living very happily. In between, Shurpanakha comes. So Shurpanakha's entry is actually what takes Ramayana in a different direction. You know the story of Shurpanakha. So Shurpanakha wanted to marry Rama, and Rama wanted to make some joke there, some fun there. And Shurpanakha runs between Rama and Lakshmana a few times. Then she finds that Sita is the cause of Rama not accepting me. So let me kill and eat Sita. So she jumps on Sita. Then only Lakshmana cuts her nose and ears. In Ramayana, it is nose and ears. Then she immediately goes to her brother Khara, who was nearby, staying nearby Panchavadi. It is called Janasthana. Actually, it was a habitat of human beings. That is, Munis and all civilized people. But that was conquered by these Rakshasas, and they made it their place. So Janasthana became a Rakshasa Sthana. So Shurpanakha goes to Khara, and Khara, with his mighty army, comes and engages Rama in a huge battle. And Rama single-handedly destroys all of them. There were 14,000 demons, Rakshasas. Then there is a beautiful thing happening. I will come back to Shurpanakha. One of the army men of Khara, whose name was Akambana, he escapes from Rama's attack. And he, trembling, he goes to Lanka and tells Ravana that I have met a person in Janasthana who is mighty, very mighty, and he is in a way inconquerable. But you have to conquer him because he has destroyed your brother Khara, Dushana, and Trishira and 14,000 army men. So you have to take revenge. But the way to take revenge is not a straight way. What you have to do is you have to kidnap his wife, because all his strength lies in his wife. So if the wife is kidnapped, he will become really weak, and you can conquer him. So many people who have studied Ramayana brings out a point from this. This Akampana was an uncle of Ravana. And he and many like him were fed up with Ravana. So they want to destroy this Ravana. So the best way is to make a quarrel between Ravana and Rama. So in between us also, many are like this. They want to eliminate a person by making the person enemy of another person who can destroy him. So this tactics is played by Agambana, and the stories that he make, it is because of Sita's presence that Rama is so strong. So was it correct? Because before Sita, only Rama broke the bow of the Shiva. Shiva Dhanush was broken before he wedded Sita. So Rama was powerful from the beginning itself. Anyway, Sita's presence might have given him a lot of power. There is no doubt, because this wife is called the Shakti of a Purushano. So of course Sita had given him a lot of strength. There is no doubt. But Akambana instigating enmity towards Rama and telling him to kidnap Sita was a trick. This game is played by many. Then Ravana very, very, very proudly or very, very ferociously sets out to kidnap Sita and eliminate Rama. For that, he goes to Maricha's ashrama, But what happens in Maricha's ashrama? Maricha tells him, never jump into this decision, because I know who Rama is. When Rama was a child, he went to protect Vishwamitra's yajna. There, the people who were disturbing Vishwamitra's yajna was Maricha and Subahu. And Rama, who was a child of maybe 12 or 13 years of age, maximum 16 years, not more than 16 years. He single-handedly, or baएं हाथ का खेल in Hindi we say, very easily he destroyed Subahu and shot an arrow on Maricha, which took Maricha overseas. And he was landed in Lanka from Ayodhya. So he knows what Rama is. And Maricha says in Adhyatma Ramayana, Sanskrit as well as Malayalam, I am afraid when I hear the words Raja, Ratna, Ramani, Ratha. Whenever I hear the word Raja, Ratna, Ramani or Ratha, I start trembling. So one person who regularly reads Ramayana and who is a knowledgeable person asked me, what is the meaning of this? Maricha saying, I am afraid of hearing Raja, Ratna, Ramani and Ratha. You have to go to the commentaries to understand it. Because all these words have the syllable Ra in it. Whenever I hear the letter Ra, I start trembling because it reminds me of Rama. So Maricha says, don't venture upon this task. So Ravana was convinced. Ravana went back. Then what happens? Shurpanakha comes. Shurpanakha was a little late. Before that, Agambana had come and instigated in Ravana an enmity towards Rama. But Maricha's advisors pacified him. So he went back to his palace. Then Shurpanakha comes in a very horrible form. So Ravana asks, what happened to you? So then Shurpanakha shouts at Ravana, what kind of a king you are? You don't know anything happening in your kingdom. In Janasthana, there is a person who has landed, Rama. And they are conquering our land. You don't have spies to understand all these things. You are just living in this palace, the life of luxury. You have no any quality of a king. In this way, Shurpanakha shouts at Ravana. And she says, I went there and I saw Rama's wife Sita. And I immediately understood that this Sita should not be the wife of Rama. Sita should be the wife of you only. Because she is a befitting wife to you, not to Rama. So I wanted to take her away and give her to you. Then he attacked me. So this was how Shurpanakha presented the story to Ravana. So Shurpanakha wanted to take revenge on Rama, and another story is made. And this time Ravana really fell in the trap. So think we all cook up stories and present it to others so that we get our things done. So these things have to be understood from Ramayana. It should not be read just like a story. Then Ravana again goes to Maricha. And this time, Maricha very seriously instructs Ravana, you should not go for this. There comes the famous line, which is the essence of Ramayana. That line comes from the mouth of Maricha only. Ramo vigrahavan dharmaha. Maricha says, Rama is an embodiment of dharma. So it is, another person also tells this, I think that also is a demon. I don't exactly remember. The first man who says this Ramo vigrahavan dharma is none other than Maricha. But Ravana takes his Chandrahasa out, his sword out, and orders Maricha to obey him. Then the story is, they go to this Panchavadi, and Ravana kidnaps Sita. They set out in search of Sita. And first, they are searching for, first, they find Jatayu. And Jadayu's story is very famous. There is a very good message in Jadayu. We have to do what we can against adharma. Even though Jadayu was unsuccessful, he did what he could do. That story we all know. Then Jadayu could not give much details about about Ravana's journey. He just mentioned he went to the south. He flew to the southward direction. So Rama and Lakshmana goes in search of Sita to the southward direction, and at a place they find a very ferocious creature. Its name is Kabandha. So in Sanskrit, Kabandha means a body without a head. But here it is not a body without a head. There is the head, but the head is in the belly. So the story of Kabandha is there after Kabandha gets killed by Rama. Kabandha tells the story. He was a Gandharva and he insulted some rishis, and that rishi cursed him that you become a demon. And this, even because he was a demon, he continued his tapas, and Brahma appeared in front of him and gave him a boon that you will not be killed by any weapon. Then once Indra went, Indra approached him and there was a fierce battle, and using Vajrayuda, Indra hit his head, but he cannot be conquered by any weapon. So his head just sunk into his belly, and the mouth was in the belly. So he will open his belly, the mouth is there, and directly the food will go to the stomach. It need not go through the food pipe. And when this happened, Kabandha said, I don't have a... and also, one more thing happened. Because of this, the force of that hit, his legs also got inside his body. So he has no heads, no legs. Imagine a person being hit by a hammer, and he will not die even if he is hit by a hammer. His legs got what do you say, went inside his body, and his head came down to his belly, and he cannot walk. Then he asked, Indra also was surprised. What happened? My Vajrayuda, even that failed. So Indra said that, I will give you a boon. I will make your hands miles long. So you just clap you just hold your hands together, and anything comes inside that will be your food. I will give you this boon. So he was living like that, and he was given a Shapa Moksha also. When Rama and Lakshmana will come, you will not recognize them. You will try to grab them also. Then they will cut your two long hands. Then you will be redeemed from this curse. So when Rama and Lakshmana went, he, as usual, he grabbed them in the hold of his two hands, and Lakshmana cut his left hand, and Rama cut his right arm. And then he became very surprised. He asked, who are you, both of you? Then Rama and Lakshmana says, we are the sons of Dasharatha. We have come in search of our wife who was kidnapped by Ravana. So Kabandha says, yes, I will tell you the whereabouts of Sita very precisely. But my advice is that you go to Shabari, who is nearby, and Shabari will direct you to go where to go next. So this Kabandha is a very good example of today's consumerism. Anything that comes in our hold, we take, and we directly gulp it. We don't think whether it is necessary or not. And because there is no head, it indicates that we don't have the power of discrimination. We don't think. Anything that comes, we try to snatch it, grab it. So many amongst us have this quality of Kabandha. And there is a very beautiful poem by a famous Malayalam poet, P.A. Shankaranarayanan, on this Kabandha. How consumerism is represented by Kabandha in Ramayana. Then Kabandha tells Rama to go to Shabari. And Kabandha tells that Shabari will give you the details of Sita. And Shabari is a character who personifies the most difficult trait of patience. Shabari was serving some rishis in the ashrama. Shabari, she had an ashrama. Actually, it is not her ashrama. It was the ashrama of Madanga Muni. And Madanga Muni and his disciples were living in this ashrama. And Shabari was a forest dweller. In modern terminology, we can say she was a tribal woman. She didn't know anything about worship, anything about upasana, anything about scriptures, nothing. But she meticulously served these rishis there. And due to their tapas, they were released from this earthly existence. And when they left this mundane plane, they instructed Shabari that Sri Rama has reached Chitrakuda. He is the avatar of Lord Vishnu. You wait, he will come to you. Telling this, they disappeared. And from that day onwards, Shabari started preparing to welcome Rama and Lakshmana. She didn't know when Rama and Lakshmana will come. But every day, she will decorate the path towards the ashram. She will prepare something to offer, like some in the famous story, it is jamun, the fruit. So she will every day prepare it, but in the evening she will find that Rama and Lakshmana has not come. So she will throw them away, and next day she will start the same thing. Sweep the path, decorate the whole way and the ashram also. And in that way, she spent some 12 years waiting for Rama and Lakshmana. And in the end, her long wait become fulfilled and Rama and Lakshmana came. So there is a saying in English, if I am not, if I am mistaken, you can correct. They also serve who waits. So the Shabari was serving Rama by simply waiting for him. And Amma says a beautiful story, like some people waiting for the Lord with some lamps, lighted lamps in their hands. But they waited for the whole night. But the next morning, they didn't find the Lord coming. They didn't receive the Lord. But the Lord gave them an ashariri, a voice that I came, but you all were there with the lamps lighted in your hands and you were sleeping. But Shabari was not like that. She was waiting, fully awake. So this type of waiting, that itself is a kind of service. So Shabari teaches us this lesson of patient waiting. And Shabari then instructs Rama to go to Pambasaras. And on the banks of Pambasaras, there is this Rishyamukha hill on which Sugriva is residing with his 4 ministers, Hanuman, then Jambavan, and one more, I think it is Neela. So with 3 or 4 ministers, Sugriva is residing in Rishyamukha out of fear of his own brother Bali, who cannot enter to Rishyamukha because of the curse of a Muni in that who was doing tapas in that hill, on that hill. So Rama and Lakshmana goes to Rishyamukha, and there, so they meet Sugriva, and Sugriva is in enmity with his own brother Bali. And the story is that Rama kills Bali. He shoots from behind. And this is a controversial episode in Ramayana, but I am not going into the details of that controversy. It is explained by many scholars. But what is the importance, or what is the peculiarity of Bali? First, Sugriva challenges Bali. Then Bali comes out and fights with Sugriva and very easily conquers Sugriva or fells Sugriva. So Sugriva runs back to Rama and tells, oh, you have sent me so that you want to get me killed by Bali? So such types of harsh words are uttered by Sugriva. When Rama says, no, I couldn't distinguish between you 2 brothers because you look very much alike. So now I will ask Lakshmana to put a garland of flowers, of forest flowers on your neck, and you go and again challenge. Sugriva immediately agrees. So Sugriva has so much faith, he had so much trust in Rama. So he immediately agrees and he goes and challenges Bali again. Then Bali immediately jumps out of his palace. Then Tara forbids him. Your brother has got beaten just a few minutes before, and he comes back and again challenges you. So there should be someone who is backing him, who is helping him. Otherwise, he will not come so immediately. Then Bali tells Tara, who is there to support that weak Sugriva? Who will support Sugriva, who is an enemy of me, the most powerful Bali? Nobody will dare help him or support him. So that much arrogant was Bali. Then Tara again says, today morning our son Angada had gone to the forest and he had brought a news that Dasharatha's children Rama and Lakshmana has come to the Rishyamukha and they have made a pact with Sugriva. They have decided to help Sugriva. So then what Bali says is that if Dasharatha's son Rama and Lakshmana has come, they will make pact with me only, not Sugriva. Because I am the best devotee of Rama and Lakshmana, not Sugriva. What use for them is with Sugriva? They have any use or any help from me only. So these types of arrogant words are uttered by Bali. And he says, before that, already before knowing that Rama and Lakshmana had come and made some friendship with Sugriva, he says, anyone who has made friendship with Sugriva will be considered as an enemy of mine also. I will consider them as an enemy of mine. Then only Tara says that it is Rama and Lakshmana who has made a friendship with Sugriva. Then he says, if it is Rama and Lakshmana, they will never make friendship with Sugriva. They will make friendship with me only. Because I am by any standards, I am very, very much deserving than Sugriva. So these types of boasting is there. And I am a greater devotee of Rama and Lakshmana than Sugriva. Such comparisons, such boastings are there. See, how many of us think that we are the best devotees? And what Bali does, he does everything against Rama's ideals. If you go to the story, it is very, 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 very complex. The first thing that he did was he made a pact with Ravana. Actually, Bali came to this world to help Rama only. All the monkeys were some devas who came to the earth to help Rama conquer and kill Ravana. So Bali was an Amshavadara of Indra. Sugriva was an Amshavadara of Surya. Hanuman was an Amshavadara of Vayu. So all the monkey chieftains were some partial avatars of the gods. And Bali was an avatar of Indra. And what he did was he made a pact, a sandhi or a friendship with Ravana. That story is there. And he abducted his own younger brother Sugriva's wife Ruma. Forcefully, he was keeping Ruma as his wife. And he chased Sugriva for no fault. He was not ready to hear what Sugriva has to say. The story, you know, how the enmity came between was originated between Bali and Sugriva. It is because of a misunderstanding. So Bali never gave an ear to hear what Sugriva has to say. So all the actions of Bali are against the ideals of Rama. Still he boasts that I am the best devotee of Rama. And when he was shot, then also he speaks a lot of rash words against Rama. Then Rama gives answers to each of his arguments and he is convinced in the end. So these types of characters are there in Ramayana, which resembles many of the present day characters who boast that we are the best devotees, but who acts against the ideals of the Lord. So this is Bali. Then these two characters, Tara and Mandodari, they come. Tara comes here, Mandodari comes in Lanka. They are just the opposites of Kaikeyi. What Kaikeyi did was, even at the cost of my husband, let my son Bharata become the king. But Kaikeyi, everybody knows that if Rama is sent to the forest, Dasharatha will not withstand that pain. that separation, because he was so much attached to Rama. When Vishwamitra came to take Rama and Lakshmana for a few weeks to the forest, then itself Dasharatha becomes really upset. He says that I cannot live without Rama and Sita, Rama and Lakshmana. So I will come with you, Vishwamitra, to protect your yajna. I will not send Rama. Then Vishwamitra says, no, I want Rama only. Because Vishwamitra wanted to teach Rama, to train Rama in archery. Rama was trained in the palace, but he was not trained in the battlefield. So Vishwamitra wanted to give him some training, some practical training, like living labs. Then Vishwamitra wanted to impart him the Divyastras, because Vishwamitra was a Kshatriya king. You know the story of Vishwamitra. Because of the rivalry between Vishwamitra and Vasishtha only, Vishwamitra became a sage. He knew all the delicate weapons. So he wanted to hand them over to a deserving patram, into the deserving hands. He really knew that it was Rama who can hold those knowledge, who hold the weapon knowledge. So he wanted to test Rama's caliber and give impart all the knowledge. So there were many hidden agendas behind Vishwamitra taking Rama to the forest. And he wanted to arrange the marriage between Rama and Sita also. All these things are there. At that time itself, Dasharatha was not able to withstand the separation from Rama. Everybody knows that if Rama is separated from Dasharatha, he will not live. Still, Kaikeyi insisted that Rama should go to the forest for 14 years. And he should live like a forest dweller, a tapasi. And she knew that this will make her a widow. She will have to lose her husband. So such a stubbornity, such a selfishness we can see in Kaikeyi. Maybe that was not permanent, it was transient, but it was there. But in Tara and Mandodari, it is the different case, the opposite case. Tara asked Bali to compromise with Sugriva and give him the kingdom and make Angada the Yuvaraja, and you go to forest. Let us go to forest and do tapas. We have enjoyed the worldly pleasures enough. So that kind of a wisdom is there in Tara. And in the Ayutthachan's Adhyatma Ramayana, Sanskrit Adhyatma Ramayana and Tulsidasa's Ramayana, you can see after Bali is killed, Tara comes and says that, Rama, you kill me. My husband cannot live in the other world without me. So you kill me, so you will get the punya of Kanyadana. Then Rama tells Tara what is the secret of self, secret of soul, what is the secret of death, what is the secret of transmigration, what is the secret of moksha. So all these very, very vital advices are given by Rama to Tara. So she was so intelligent, so wise. She could accept, she could understand the spiritual secrets. That much capacity she had. She was not at all possessive. She wanted to renounce and give the due or the due right to his her brother-in-law Sugriva. So this is the benevolence of Tara. And Mandodari also is of the same nature. In the Yuddha Kanda we can see that. Then all the monkeys were sent to search Sita, and they reach at the tip of the subcontinent, and there they find Sampadi. They were all ready to die because they couldn't find Sita. So without finding Sita, if we go back, Sugriva will not let us live. So we can choose death on these banks of this ocean. So they all lay down on the banks of the ocean. And this Sampadi, who is a vulture, comes out and it thinks that I have food for long time. Long days I will get food. I don't have wings. So the divine has brought food for me. So when these monkeys saw this vulture coming, they started panicking. They started thinking, we are all going to become food of this vulture. And in between they discuss in between themselves the story of Rama. And as a part of the story, they mentions about Jatayu. They say, how lucky is Jadayu who could give his life for the was mentioned. Somebody asked, who is mentioning about Jadayu? Then they talk each other, and somebody knows that, somebody understands that his brother Jadayu was killed by Ravana. And somebody tells, I have to give water, Udaga Kriya, for the Jadayu. I am his elder brother. So you please take me to the ocean. And then they take him to the ocean, and he gives the water oblation to Jadayu's soul, the departed soul. And he says that, I cannot help you in finding out Sita because my wings are already burnt. That's another story. But now I am getting wings. My wings are coming out because of this punya. But I cannot help you in combating Ravana. But I can help you in a way. My eyesight is very, very sharp. It's a vulture. So I can fly to a height and see whether Sita is there anywhere in Lanka. And he flies to some height and watches and tells that Sita is situated in the Ashokavana under the Shimshapa tree of Lanka. There somebody says, I will do Vaksahaya. That is the only thing that I can do. For giving Vaksahaya, whatever effort was necessary, that somebody does. So this is another very good example. Whatever help we can do, we have to do that. It may be very little compared to the big canvas on which the whole play is running. But it will be vital. So that mindset was there in somebody. So he imparts the knowledge of Sita, whereabouts of Sita, and he goes in his way. So this is a very good example of how to offer what help we can offer. Then they were about to, they knew where Sita is, but they have to cross the ocean. So nobody is ready. Nobody is confident that I can jump and reach Lanka. So everybody tells, I can jump this much length, I can jump this much length. And in the end, Angada says, I can jump to that shore, but I am not sure whether I can jump back to this shore. Then everybody says, no, you cannot be sent because you are our leader. Then Jambavan says, earlier I could have jumped because I accomplished lots of feats in my young age, but now I am very old. There's a famous saying which we all have to remember always. Kalaswarupanam Isharan thannude leelagal ortholam adbhutham ethrayum. Now I have become old. In the young age, we were all very, very powerful. We were all very heroes. But when age conquers us, we all become like Jambavan. Even then, Jambavan did a lot of heroism. That's another story. But Jambavan was a person who circumambulated Trivikrama in the Vamanavadara. When Vamana became the three-world pervading deity, Jambavan, with a big drum in his hands, circumambulated 21 times that Vishwarupa in a muhurta in 28 minutes. So he recounts all these feats that he have accomplished earlier, and now he says, Kalaswarupanam Isharan thannude leelagal ortholam ethrayum adbhutham. I cannot jump to that side. Then he says, there is a person in our team who can jump and who can accomplish. And you know the story. He motivates Hanuman. And when Jambavan tells Hanuman about his strength, Hanuman immediately comes out of slumber and he achieves the feat. So here, Jambavan is a person who motivates. This we can do, even if we are very old, we have no capacity, we don't have the strength. We can make others do things with our motivation. The just opposite you can find in Mahabharata. Mahabharata has the same resembling episode in Krishna motivating Arjuna. But the reverse can be seen in Shalya demotivating Karna. When Shalya was the charioteer of Karna, at all steps, Shalya was telling, Karna, you cannot defeat Arjuna. Your arrow will never hit Arjuna. You are an inferior archer compared to Arjuna. All these types of negative remarks were given at each step so that he can demotivate Karna. So there is a phrase in Telugu language, Shalya Sarathya. Shalya Sarathya means demotivation, demotivating someone. So here Jambavan is the other side of the coin. He is the greatest motivator. And because of his motivation only, Hanuman recognizes his strength and he achieves the feat. When Hanuman comes or he jumps and lands in Lanka, he decides that I will not enter into the... It's a beautiful episode. You have to read it in the Ramayana. When he was jumping, he was of a big size. But when he was nearing Lanka, he thought, now I have to become small, because if such a big creature lands in Lanka, everybody will come and immediately recognize me. So he becomes like a cat when he lands. Then he waits for the sun to set and the night to come. And it was an Ashtami or Navami day. So when the half night went, this moon rose. And at that time only, he decides to get into Lanka. And it said that he became like a cat in Valmiki Ramayana, Bilala Sannibham. Hanuman became like a cat, of the size of a cat, and tried to enter. But in other Ramayanas, especially in Tulsidasa's Ramayanas, it is said that Hanuman became the size of a mosquito, Mashakasamaya. So anyway, he became very small. And he was about to enter into Lanka. Immediately, the doorkeeper of Lanka, whose name was Lanka Lakshmi, caught hold of him. So, such a small creature in the night, and that also moving very, 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 very quickly, Hanuman, you know. But Lanka Lakshmi, he cannot deceive Lanka Lakshmi's sight. That much vigilant was Lanka Lakshmi. Her duty was to protect Lanka, and she did 100% justice to her job. It is said that when Sita was kidnapped and brought to Lanka and kept in Lanka, there is a dialogue between Hanuman and Lanka Lakshmi. After there is a small fight, Hanuman comes back to his original form and beats Lanka Lakshmi with his left hand, and Lanka Lakshmi vomits blood and falls down, and then she gets up and folds her arms in front of Hanuman and says, I was given a Shava Moksha by Brahma. When Ravana did all the tapas and got all the boons from Brahma told me to protect Ravana's palace or capital, Lanka. Then I told, I cannot protect this demon. Then Brahma said, no, when you will get a beating from a monkey and you will fall down and vomit blood, you will be released from this job. So she tells all these things, and she tells, when Sita was brought and kept in this Ashokavana, then I decided that I will have to leave this place. But she didn't leave because she was committed. She waited till the relieving order was received. So we have to think about it. When we get fed up with a job, immediately we start, or we have applied for a resignation, then only we start. On that moment, from that moment onwards, we start doing or not giving our full to the job. So Lanka Lakshmi was not like that. She was waiting for that blow to come, to fall on her head, and at the really appointed time only, she left Lanka. So then there is another very famous two characters. With this I will end. They are Trijada and Sarama. Trijada is the mother of Vibhishana and Sarama is the wife of Vibhishana. So even in a place where all demons are living, there are good people. One is Vibhishana himself. Then his mother Trijada and his wife Sarama. When Sita was tortured by all the demonesses, it was Trijada and Sarama who helped her or who consoled her. You can see many, many episodes in Ramayana. One is when Ravana came and threatened Sita and went back telling that within 2 months you must obey me. You must oblige with me, otherwise I will kill you. When he goes back and Hanuman was watching it from the top of the Simshipa tree, then it was Trijada who tells all the other demonesses that you should not harm this Sita much, because she is the consort of Lord Rama. If you torture much, you all will be punished later. And then at another place, when Ravana was about to go for war, he brings the head and the bows and arrows of Rama and throws them in front of Sita. and tells that your Rama and Lakshmana have come with the Vanara army, and while they were sleeping, I went amidst them and chop off the head of Rama. This is the head of Rama, and this is his bows and arrows. See. Then Sita really lost all hope. At that time, it was Trijada who said that, no, Rama will not be killed like that. You wait. He will appear in front of you within a few days. And in the same way, when Indrajit or Meghanada, Ravana's son, applied Nagastra, and all were temporarily killed. Meghanada's father, Ravana, ordered that let Sita be taken in the Pushpaka Vimana to the battlefield, and let her be shown the dead bodies of Rama, Lakshmana, and all the Vanaras. So it was implemented, and Sita was taken in the Pushpaka Vimana to the battlefield, and she from the top saw all her husband and her brother-in-law, husband's brother, and all other laying down dead, and she lost hope again. At that time also, it was Sarama who said, no, they are not killed. You don't lose hope, because this Pushpaka Vimana has a quality. It will not carry a widow. So that Sarama knows. So Sarama tells Sita that they are not dead. They will come back. You wait. So in these ways, always hope is instilled by Trijata and Sarama in Sita. So we can also find people amongst us who instills hope. Just the opposite of people like Agambana or Shurpanaga. These types of characters are also there. So in this way, and then the story goes ahead, and I would not like to stop at this abrupt point. In the end, Rama kills Ravana with all his attendants and takes back Sita, and they go back to Ayodhya, and they are coronated as the emperors of Ayodhya. So these characters in Ramayana, there are many. Only a few samples were taken here for discussion. If we go through the Ramayana original, need not be in Sanskrit. There are good translations in English, Malayalam, in Hindi, all languages. You will get word-to-word translations of Ramayana, and we have to read each line and enjoy with commentaries. Then we will be able to bring out the beautiful or deep teachings that are conveyed through the lines by Valmiki. So this is one of my very humble attempts to bring out some points from Ramayana, from some characters of Ramayana. And I think it enriched my knowledge, because I had to go through some of the episodes again. And I have to measure myself or reflect on myself to which category I will belong to, which all qualities or traits of these characters are in me, which are not in me. So all these things will help us, each of us, to civilize ourselves a little more, to make ourselves a little more refined, to take ourselves a little more closer to the divine. So I once again thank all of you for your patient listening. I thank Shivanandan for giving me this opportunity and this topic also. With these words, I offer these words at Amma's lotus feet. Om Amruteshwari Namah.